Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, A House of Dynamite. When a single unattributed missile is launched at the United States, a race begins to determine who is responsible and how to respond. That's what it says here. Up here on Netflix, this is a Netflix movie, so you have Netflix. It's for U.S. officials scramble to respond to an inbound missile of an unknown origin, the ticking clock thriller, more terrifying than most horror films, according to BBC. Idris Elba, Rebecca Ferguson, and Gabriel Basso is in it. Yeah, so there you go. That's who's all in it. I'm sure there's other people. Now it is rated 6.4 on IMDb. 77,727 people rated it so far. So, wow, that's awesome. I'm a little late to the party, of course, but I've heard now from the people I follow and friends of mine who have seen it, good in parts is what I gather. I can't remember if it was good in the beginning, not the ending, good in the middle, something like that. But I'm pretty sure the ending stunk because nobody would talk about it if the beginning stunk and the ending was great, right? So it's got to be something along those lines. So a little bit of a spoiler: disaster, political drama, political thriller, drama thriller. I'm not a political person, so I might not enjoy this at all. But that's not my choice. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here for movies, and I picked this one, and now I'm going to watch it. Hour and 55 minutes. Stick around. I'll be back. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of House of Dynamite, and I get it. All right, I mean, there's a lot to. So the ending is the answer to what's bad about this movie. I think that people don't like, right? And I'll tell you this: I enjoyed the middle of it for some reason. So the beginning of it just felt overplayed. Anthony Ramos is in this from Twister. Idris Elba from everything else that's out there. So there's a lot more people in it than what I had originally mentioned, and I didn't know that. As they come up on the credits, I'll let you know. Did I tell you we're at the credits of The House of Dynamite? Well, we are. Greta Lee is in this. But anyway, back to the movie, right? So it starts off Jason Clarke. Sorry, I'm just throwing them out as they come up. These are names, that I didn't know were on this. But all right, that's enough. But there's a lot more people in it because it starts off, and there's some kind of mission control room, and this missile has launched and is coming towards the United States, right? So it's all that, and which I think I've seen. I mean, you've seen this. What was it? All these different shows. What was the Red October? Was that one of them? I don't know. But there's all these. Hey, somebody launched at us. What do we do? And war games, whatever it was. I might be missing up all the. I've seen it before. Or it's deja vu. I've seen movies like this before, and it's like, or at least TV shows. It's like, what do we do? What is the protocol? We're going to get bombed. Who do we go after? But we don't know who launched the missile. So that's what it's all about, right? And it starts off with that. That's where Rebecca Ferguson's in it, and you're figuring out. And I felt bored. I was on my phone for some reason because I knew what was going on, and I wasn't terribly interested. Then it transitions, right? Then we move. Idris Elba is the president. I forget the name of the head of the Pentagon, and it switches to their perception, their point of view, right? But it's the same thing. And at first I was like, what did I miss? Because I wasn't really paying attention to redoing this. I heard this line before. But you get it. Now it's playing back basically what was going on, but from their perspective and what's going to go on. I started getting interested at that point, So, it's not that deep, and you can not pay attention for the first third of the movie and still pick up what was going on. So I like that. But then that's where more of the actors came in, which was great. You know what I mean? Like all these other big name actors came into it, and I was interested in watching it. And that's the whole movie, right? It comes down to Idris Elba and the president. What does he do? Does he retaliate? All this kind of stuff. And the missile's still coming in. There's a countdown. What's going to happen, right? So that's, a big piece of it. You have people with family in other countries, and maybe it was more like a TV show that I've seen this on, but Anyway, so that's what it's all about. And from my perspective, I loved having all the people in it. I felt it was a little boring at first, but got better. But it felt really redundant. I've seen this kind of thing many, many times. And so, then you're just waiting to see the end. How is it? What's all going to happen? what is all that? And I think that's where most people are going to get disappointed. So I can't say much more about that. But is it worth a watch? It's a longer movie. I think it's worth a watch. Knowing at least a little bit more about it without me spoiling anything for you. I think it's, if you like those types of things, if you haven't seen as many as I have, you might like them more. So that's what I got for you. I will say a little bit more. I'm not going to ruin the ending, I hope, but I'm going to say spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. They definitely set this up to have a sequel, right? They had to. If you don't, then that's, I love the idea of not having your, cookie cutter type ending, right? I like that. And there's many different ways that could have went on this one. And this is the way that they chose. And that's okay. But hopefully they do it and they make a sequel, which could even be better. This might be one of the times they could take a movie and make it better. So we'll see. I'm excited for that. And that makes me more interested. So there you go. Hopefully that was helpful. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.